Oh, I can't locate my other sunglasses right now. I want 'em. Anyways, I'm outside. It's 11 o'clock, almost 11, 5 minutes to 11 a.m. Thankful that God woke me up again, made it through the night safely, me and my children. Um, I don't know, I'm grateful. Of course, I had a dream this morning. Of course, I got thoughts on my mind. My son in the window trying to knock, and I'm out here trying to do my video. But, got, yeah, the thoughts. Well, the dream, speaking of my son, he was in it. And as usual, I don't know if that indicates more of his so-called, what's his name? Or, excuse me. But yeah, don't know if that indicates more of, what's his name? Or him. But I don't know. He had on a bucket hat. I know I'm not going to sit in this sun for too long. I'm already knowing because it's already bothersome. Try to hold it out for like 2 more minutes, at least to share the dream. Anyway, at some point in time, he had on a bucket hat. I'm like, is that incorporated in my dream? Because I seen some bucket hats last night before I went to sleep. Excuse me, I don't usually be yawning like this, but um, what was at a location? It seemed like it might have been a arcade place on the inside and then a pool on the outside. And my, of course, now previously known relatives, step and biological, at least, I think, my so-called mom and what the heck is this? And her husband was in there, and we was in a pool and stuff like that, and my youngest son was in the pool, and I'll keep stopping because I'm thinking about some stuff. But he was in the pool. I guess he was trying to swim or something like that. But anyway, I don't know what I was doing. I think I was out of the pool or whatever. But they was in it, so I just felt like, okay, well, he'll be all right. And then next thing I know, like 1 or 2 times, he just kept going down to the bottom of the pool, like he was. Of course, naturally, it seems like he was drowning, but I don't know what it is spiritually or in the dream. I don't know. Let me see. How can I describe it? He just went down to the bottom of the pool, laid there, his eyes was closed and stuff. And I was concerned about whether he was drowning or whatever. And I was getting him up. I hurried up and got him up out of there both times, I think. And they were telling me, don't do chest compressions yet, or don't do CPR yet. And I'm like, what? They were saying that, and then I just started doing it anyway, because I'm like, and then, yeah, he ended up coming back too. I didn't know this wind was going to be trying to go in like that today. It's alright though. But yeah, he ended up coming back too, and I guess water and stuff came out of his lungs and all that, and yeah, water and stuff came out of his lungs. And then he opened his eyes, and it looked like he had some strain or whatever from not breathing or going unconscious or whatever. But it was just the fact that he kept being down in there, and he was in there with them, and they wasn't really paying him no mind. And they was telling me not to do, like things to revive him, like it was supposed to be normal. And I'm like, what? So I don't know what all that's about. I just wanted to write it down because I know I find that if I don't write certain stuff down, unless I'm convicted on writing it down, then I'm gonna be wanting the details of that dream later on. So of course I always say usually when it's one of my boys in the dream, it has to do with what's his name, more so than anything. And my thing about that, if it's got to do with him, baby, who reviving who? Because I'm not reviving. You damn sure you right. Don't revive. um, um, so that was that for the dream. That's all I can remember anyway. Then I was thinking about how, old girl recently pushed up on me and stuff like that. Telling me basically, I'm gonna wait on that to go by, but telling me how I would be a good old lesbian. That's the way she said it. You will be a good old lesbian and this and that. And I'm like, what? And furthermore, if that was a way to recruit people, baby, that you would not be winning them over. But I guess you tried. But my thing was, baby, I've been for 35 years. I've been heterosexual. I ain't saying I haven't done no questionable things. Definitely not in my adulthood, but in my childhood, when I was first fresh and starting out, it wasn't that I felt like I was homosexual or gay. I just felt like a freak, like I had lost my virginity, just felt hot in the tail, hot in the behind. But and like I said, questionable and been molested by females and stuff like that. So, I'm saying, well, not female. Has it been females? Been molested by a female, should I say? And so, yeah, that was well, no, it was females. I was gonna say one of them I forgot about, but yeah, no, baby, this whole time I've been living as a straight woman, and that's what I want to remain, and that's just that. You know what I'm saying? It really ain't no question about it. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say sometimes I question it. I don't. I don't know. I guess because I'm human, I have these certain thoughts or whatever, and like I said, it's just more on the level of possibly and potentially maybe being a freak more than anything. But I don't even, what I'm saying? I don't have no attraction to females. Again, body's attractive if they got that, and you know what I'm saying? What it is on that, but yes, I don't know. That was just funny to me. Like, why would I change now all of a sudden? What would make me? So anyway, I'm just thankful that God went ahead of me and to that place and just, helped it to be an environment that I could still enjoy without feeling too much of a pressure of that. But it was also, because it was like a 98, 99% that I was rated, um, it was like almost there. It was almost perfect, but wasn't perfect. And that right there made me cry. Oh, like no, nah, it was fine. It was, I guess, as good as it was gonna get. But it was like I pay my money, so why would I be bothered or hounded by anybody, even in the least? 'Cause that's what it was. It was the least. Yeah, he tried to do the most, but it was in the least that you hounded me, and I just was, trying to be receptive and cool or whatever. But well, definitely cool. I don't know about how receptive. Then of course I go back to thinking, oh my goodness, this what's his name got me in that predicament even deeper, even further. Like he didn't care enough, or he didn't care enough for it. Okay, I gotta get out this sun now, for real, for real. Let me stop playing with myself. Cause no, baby, that's not gonna work. Still kind of thinking, yesterday how I just seen that familiar look in somebody's eyes that I've seen before at the same location. Where it was like, what am I gonna do? What am I supposed to do next? I always, you know, I always advise seek God, definitely, baby. But I didn't even want to advise this person on nothing. That's why I said I literally just try to turn away and turn my head because that's not my concern. Um, but anyways, and I'm because I feel like what your mama, your grandma, and others have done, it just might have to come back on you. I mean, does it seem, is it fair? Should it, you know? And basically, with your mama, your grandma, and others, and what you started to partake in as well. Because when people, one thing about it, when people know that you're a good person and then they just be like, and you haven't done anything to them, but they allow somebody else to convince and like, oh, we just gonna target her or him because they did something, they feel like they did something to that person. Yeah, I really do. I be wanting God to rectify, make that thing right because it's not fair. It don't seem fair. You know what I'm saying? To treat somebody like that just because. But again, God knows all the details. And I'm saying that because I've came to terms with the fact that my now deceased grandma, my mom, my living so-called mom and dad, must have done things to offend, maybe to offend people, maybe just people got offended and started feeling offended, and nothing really happened. But and then that stuff tried to show up in my life, and the fact that they just don't tell the details of what happened because they just truly want to forget about it. It's things I want to forget about too. I understand, but they just want to forget about it like it never happened. But of course, that's the cover up, and that just causes hurt and disappointment. Wait a minute. So, so yeah, I just flashed back to that yesterday, and I was like, yeah, and it satisfies me. I ain't gonna front. Ain't no need of me lying to myself. It satisfied me in the least, cause it ain't did the most. I want to say yet, but it ain't did the most that I want to see. I want to just be like I'm at a written word, spoken word. But anyways, yeah, for the big old finale, baby. But anyway, um, and one thing people have been. Ooh, ooh, excuse me. People have been seeing and watching my struggle the whole time. I didn't invite them. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? And they have been some of the behind the scenes causes of my struggle. My quote unquote struggle, should I say. And I say that only because I know that God has gave me the 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 power, the grace, the gall to just go forward. Because I wouldn't be able to do it. And I'm gonna get to what I'm talking about, but I wouldn't be able to do it without him at all, none whatsoever. And so, yeah, they watched mine, and again, people, all of them conspired and went behind, and let's do this regarding her. Let's, talk in secret. It's like, I mean, that's going out sad and bad, but that sucks for y'all that y'all feel like y'all gotta do somebody like that. And I just be sitting there wondering, like, why? But this is what I do. I come back here, I get my peace, I sit, I thank God for my peace. If it wasn't here, it was in my room. It was, what I'm saying, or just in some room behind a closed door, and it's literally the secret place. But this one is out in the open, but it's not too open. But this is what I be doing. So what do y'all be thinking that I be doing that y'all feel like, oh, we got to turn on her. We got to. I just be like, whatever. At this point, I'm like, whatever. That's how people are, and that's what makes me, of course, dislike people, and that's why I said I just at least tried to be cordial or cool when I went to that place, that location that I went to. Um, I'm so glad my vines are glowing and growing up over here at the house because it used to be where you could see a little more But I'm gonna let them grow up too and grow out. I love it. I'm not finna bother with them. Now I see them like overtaking and tearing some stuff up, and I'll change that. But yeah. So last night around 2 something, I was woke up out of my sleep, and I just, of course, thoughts of my daughter, over and over and over, and 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 I was almost to the point of feeling concerned or worried, but God put me at ease, and and I almost felt like I wanted to cry and stuff like that, but God just gave me that peace, and I was just like, okay, let me just relax, and I didn't shed any tears or anything, so praise God for that. But even if I would have, praise God anyway. But it was just thoughts of my daughter, and I was just like, what is going on? And sometimes when I wake up, and those are my thoughts, my concern is my daughter, but then God redirects my attention to something else and reminds me of something else. I'm first initially thinking about this, like, oh, I'm woke up like this. It got to be my child. It got to be, you know what I'm saying? And I guess even like preparing myself to almost cry or whatever. And God was like, no, not like that, but he was like, no, that's not it. And then it was reminded that this is July the 12th, which is the day before. I don't want to say that infamous day, but it is what it is. I don't want to call it infamous. I don't want to call it famous either, but I just want to say it's just that day where it's the day before where that, I guess, like a transition was gonna take place or whatever. And I didn't even know. I was, I mean, I'm gonna go back to it a little bit, but I was working the job in 2020 for like 4 months, and then basically I was being prepared to get ready to lose my job. I didn't want to because, of course, who don't want their own money coming in and this, that, and third. But yeah, I literally went to this is July the 12th, so it was just reminding me of July the 13th, which is when it happened. And that was a Sunday, July the 12th. It's a Monday when it happened, and now it's Tuesday. So yeah, this is 2 years later, so it makes sense or whatever, according to how they do the calendar. But anyway, um, I was yeah, I was literally being prepared to go ahead and lose my job, and not make no too big of a fuss about it. And I didn't even know. I hadn't been drinking because I was driving with people, clients, and stuff. And I don't drink heavy no way, but I can. but but I don't. But I hadn't gotten any drinks and stuff like that. But then I went on this day and I got some drinks that I like. What was I drinking? Seagram something peach. Oh, peach Bellini or something like that. Makes me smile, baby. But yeah, baby, just want to be sipping one of them right now. Which I got something in the refrigerator. I got a Long Island iced tea, but I don't know if I'm gonna drink it. What are you out here for? So anyway, I was about to drink. Oh no, I bought the stuff. I went in the store early that morning. Got it. Didn't even know if I could buy stuff that early because I thought you had to wait for a certain time. But I think it's just on Sundays. And yeah, so anyway, let me take them off. Bought me a little 6 pack, ran into one of my, previously known cousins or whatever, and I was barely speaking to her anyway because they had already rubbed me the wrong way regarding my kids. Again, one of the ones or some of the ones being in cahoots with people behind the scenes, and just doing dirty stuff, targeting people, trying to make them feel like they're crazy. And it's like God will remind you, you're not crazy. This is what they're doing. This is what's going on. They're trying to trick you, and this and the third. So, and again, I just already just didn't really like her to begin with, and then my so-called mom got in the midst too and was telling me what was said about me, and now I realize, that's probably more than likely to get the attention off of her. She would tell what other people did. She didn't rush to do it, so she waited. It was very strategic, but she waited until certain moments to do it, and then had me feeling a type of way towards somebody else, but missing what's really going on with her, and that's a whole nother ball game that I probably ain't even ready to face, let alone, of course, admit. But it is what it is. Got to, gotta come to a realization that sometimes some of these parents or whatever, they use that title or that label to um, try to trick their children. So if that's the case, then baby, I got played, tricked, this, that, and the third. Because you just never think that your parents or whatever is gonna lie to you. They gonna be honest with you. And then this is the thing: if it did happen, then you sit there and you be honest. Like the one time when I was younger, they was honest about, oh, we took the bank and put it over here. So that already was like, dang. So this is how people are. They really like that, and you do give people grace and you forgive and stuff like that. But this is how people are. And so, and people are allowed to make mistakes. That's one thing. But I'm more so on, did you repent though? Are you still trying to do that, or did you repent? Did you turn from the ways? Or you still trying to? And I had a little dream that where my so-called mom was telling this person who I ran into, don't tell me stuff. Don't give me information. I was like, so anyway, yeah, had already rubbed me the wrong way because she allowed somebody access to my daughter, and my daughter, I didn't really trust it to begin with, but I did it. And that's my problem. If you don't really trust something, don't do it. Like you really, but I didn't. I just did it because, again, my so-called mom, and at this point in time, she was being meddlesome. She signing my kids. She asked me, but she signed my kids up or encouraged me. And now I look back and I realize that it was to try to let me put her in something so they won't feel like they out. She ended up being the one to initiate telling me, oh, let them do everything for her, let them show her off and this, that, and third. But I didn't feel like I needed to do that. No, we raise children, we don't show them off and nothing like that. I mean, it's okay, people observe, but, and then I love RVs. And then she went on, and then later on in life, it was her basically like being in competition almost with them, because they was really like buying her stuff, doing stuff for her, stuff like that. And I don't think they was trying to one up anybody. They just was. I feel like they was doing it from the heart. Now, granted, his mammy had motives, but I feel like her dad, his intentions was to do it from the heart. Then it became a thing about competition, and he mentioned camp hate. They put you in a camp because they hating on what we did. And granted, the camp that we put it, well, that they put her in was better because it wasn't just outside. They had her just outside, and it was just hot for the summer and stuff like that. But I wasn't in competition with these people by far, because I'm just like, I'm mom. I don't gotta compete with none of y'all, and I'm not going to. And then until this day, I'm not gonna do that. It's like I told her, I said, girl, do you think I gotta go to your daddy to see you? She was like, I guess. And I'm like, oh, don't get it twisted, baby. I serve God. I serve one God. I don't serve and bow to none of that. So, of course, when she came by here, I had seek and I had spoken to God about, my daughter coming by here. I didn't speak, and I mean, her so-called dad was like, oh, what you calling me for? I didn't talk to him. Because, yeah, he would have tried to run me damn ragged if I would have let him or whatever. He would have, but he didn't choose to. I'm going to give him that little part of it, but I'm not giving him shit else because he's still on some stuff. But anyway, um, so yeah, so she started being in competition and almost trying to use me, but she knew that she couldn't use me to do that because I'm not going against them people. If nobody did anything directly to me, I'm not, I don't have a reason to like go against you or oppose you. If you did something to me, I got a reason, but I still don't really choose to. I just be like, reminds me of this little video I seen yesterday where I guess it's a TikTok trend now where moms are coming in there saying, "Get your clothes on. I'm about to fight this lady, this lady, and she got kids your age." And some of them kids was on go, ready. Some of them kids was like, to me, it was common sense. Like, "Mom, I don't want to. I'm scared. I don't want to do that. I don't want to fight nobody." And why? Basically, you being a ride or die. Where are we going, and why I gotta die? And that's what some of them kids is like. And it's just like, yeah, your parents ain't supposed to lead you into no destruction and stuff like that. Some people really don't know better, and they put their kids in there. And some people really do know better, and they just like got a spirit of fear. If I have a certain spirit of fear about something, I'm not gonna go in it, let alone send my kids in that or take my kids in there with me or whatever. More than, and again, it just depends on what the situation is. But if it's got to do with other people where they can harm my kids or something like that, or any situation that I feel like could harm me or them, then like I said, more than likely, because it's been times, like I said, where it might have been a little sound or something in the bathroom, and I knew it ain't no person or nothing like that. Like, I could take on the person, but if it's a little rat, your girl ain't doing it. Anyway, my video about to probably end or whatever. I'm gonna upload this and then I'm gonna come back.